without a shadow of a doubt that you're created on purpose for a purpose. Mindset and money revolution. You have to have a mindset revolution to experience a money revolution. That's when you experience a true wealth revolution.
My name is Chad Free. Welcome to the Wealth Revolution podcast.
Welcome to the Wealth Revolution podcast. My name is Chad Free, and I am glad to be here with you. Hopefully today I am going to take the wool and pull it off of your eyes. And we're going to talk about a subject that people think about often, and it often enslaves people. We're talking about the sneak attack on your money, and you may not even know about it because it doesn't seem so bad. But I'm going to unpack some of this stuff, and I'm going to show you just how bad it is. We're going to talk about debt. We're going to talk about debt, and before you hit the end button, before you say, nope, I'm good, I don't want to hear about that, I want you just to listen up, open your mind. You've heard me say it before. Your mind's like a parachute. It works best when it's open, right? So I'm going to teach you something today. I want to teach you something about a problem that we take a passive attitude towards because we don't know any better. All right? So I'm excited to share this with you today, and I think it's a very, very important subject to talk about. Now, I am not going to beat you over the head with this. I'm not going to point my finger at you like you're down below me, and I feel like it's wrong when people do that. I want to educate you, and then you make the decision on how to proceed. We can show you steps to take in regards to your debt, but the goal is I want to bring the awareness so you see that there is a problem and you make the choice to fix the problem. So we're going to jump in right now. And really, I want to talk about low APRs. And, we were talking about what do we name this exactly, right, Caden? What do we name this? And I actually talked about it's like a stealth. It kind of flies under the radar. I did a talk a couple of weeks ago about weeds in your life. And, if you're focusing on your garden and you're really, really, really wanting to produce the most optimal fruit and vegetables, the products that you're actually doing the gardening with, you're going to have to stay on top of weeds. But sometimes we don't know where these weeds come from. We could go back to the house and then come out the next day and there's weeds there, right? And we wonder, where are they coming from? And we don't take steps to get to the root of the problem. We just spray, what is that, Roundup or whatever on top of it. But we don't know, hey, where's this coming from exactly? Have you ever wondered, man, I make good money. I'm doing well. There's no reason that I shouldn't have more money than I have right now. Put back, saved, your wealth. You ever wondered that? Well, I want to pull back the curtain today and talk to you about that. So I think low APRs are meant to keep your focus off of the real problem that's going on. And let me just start by, let's just come right out with it. Let's say that you have a $500,000 mortgage. It's a 30-year mortgage at 4% APR. At first glance, that seems pretty good, but then if you do the math, I think you'll find differently. Now, that 4%, it's good in this interest rate environment right now, but I know some people that have, high twos, low threes. But let's break that down a little bit. On that $500,000 mortgage, your payment is $2,387 a month. Now, that payment is made up of two parts, your principal payment and the interest piece of it. So $1,666 of that payment is going towards interest. Now, what does that mean? You may have heard that before. You may realize that. But that means that 70% of your money, of that payment, is compounding against you and not for you. It's actually compounding in the favor of the financial institution. 70%. So let me ask you a question. This is kind of my shock and awe question. Where are you making 70% on your investments? And why shouldn't we look at it that way? Because if we're focused on the low APRs and we're not doing anything about it, then we literally have a hole at the bottom of our bucket where 70% is going out monthly. Now, let me break this down even more. That 4% APR is not truly the effective interest rate or the effective interest cost until the 349th month of your mortgage. That is going into the 30th year, right? So here's my question. There are two types of people that know they have a problem and hopes everything shakes out and will work its way out. Then there's people who realize they have a problem and they do something about it, right? So what if I told you that literally there is a way that we could turn your debt into wealth? We could spin the tables to where the interest is not compounding against you, it's actually compounding for you. And you can stop, padding the profit margins for the financial institutions. And we can do this using your existing budget. How does that sound? So let me tell you what we're looking at. Somebody that already pays extra on their mortgages, or not mortgages, any kind of credit. It could be your mortgage, it could be your car payment, whatever. Somebody that is already contributing to their savings or retirement. What we want to do is we just want to redirect the dollars and then look at the math. Let's look at the math. Let's see if it's beneficial for you. All right. So again, $500,000 mortgage, 30 years, 4%, 70% of that payment is going towards interest. And we wonder, why are we not getting ahead? Why are we not accumulating? So if you can imagine that bucket that we were just talking about, and you're putting all this money into the bucket, hoping that it, you'll see some savings, there's holes in the bottom of that bucket, known as interest, known as taxes. I've talked about that before. And these are things that you they keep your mind off of it because you have a low APR. That's why I consider it like a weed. That's why I said it's a sneak attack on your money. And you have to open your eyes and you have to open your mind and look at it, because the math is still math. 2 + 2 = 4. All right, so let me talk about this other situation to maybe you can think about yourself or somebody else. We did a one of these models for a family in Georgia, and they had 3 credit cards, they had a boat payment, they had a truck payment, car payment, and a mortgage. And let me just remind you again, I'm not going to sit here and down you for being in debt. I'm still in debt. All right. But when we're just kind of passive and we don't attack, we don't have an attack plan on how to get out of debt, that's when we make a decision that it's okay to just stay where we're at and never get ahead. But I want to provide you an actual roadmap to turn that debt into wealth. That way, you're not a slave to it, but you can use it to help you build your wealth. So let's think about this. This family had $327,000 worth of debt. Their total payment was about $3,576 per month. Okay. $907 of that was going towards interest. So that's 25% of their money was going toward interest. Now, true or false? People who are saving for retirement and for their future, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. If we get in the double digits, that's fantastic, right? We chase that. But what if, where are you getting 25% on your money? And I don't know any other way to ask that. So let's look at their mortgage. Their mortgage was $297,000, and they had a 3.2% APR. Their total payment was $1,840, but $792 of that was going toward interest. That's 43% of their money was going toward interest. So if they decided that they didn't want to, if they just wanted to continue down the path that they were going down, and they paid the minimum payments, they would be out of debt in about 17 and a half years. We put together a plan for them, and now they're going to be out of debt in just over 6 years using their existing budget. Now, the cool thing is yeah, they're out of debt. Everybody wants to be out of debt. But at the end of year 9, they had $227,000 in their actual account. Tax-free account. So I want you to ask yourself, what is it that I'm overlooking that maybe I can take a next step for myself and for my family's well-being that I could start getting some traction? See, this is not Main Street planning. This is not traditional planning. This is thinking outside the box. And the reason it's not traditional, because why do you think they don't teach financial literacy in schools? Because they want us to be the slave to them our entire life. Because as long as we're doing that, we're creating income for them. It's time to turn the tables and start having this money compound in our favor and not against us. All right. So I have really put a lot of my attention towards this, and this wealth revolution is all about gaining control, having clarity, and having confidence in your finances. And the wealth revolution is living out who you're supposed to be, who you were created to be, and not worried about money and allowing money to dictate what you do, when you do it, and who you do it with. You know, I say that all the time, right? So I need help. I need partners that are willing to help me get this out there. So I have been working on a partnership initiative where you can become a preferred partner. I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to I have a pitch deck that can help specifically property and casualty insurance agencies add a stream of income that is very significant to your agency without having to hire anybody, without having to bring on any additional overhead, and literally make an impact in your client's life. Why property and casualty? Because property and casualty, they've got the people. They've got the people who need what we're offering. If you are a property and casualty owner, you know you have homeowners insurance on these folks. And you know most of the time if there's a mortgage on it. You know if you've got the car insured. You know if there's a lien on that. And we just literally want to show people how to get out of debt, build wealth, and truly experience some financial freedom. You know, a lot of people don't go to bed at night thinking about, I need to get a new homeowner's policy. I need to go get a new life insurance policy. I'm really sick of, this policy or that policy, but they do go to bed thinking about debt and how they can escape that rat race. They wake up thinking about debt. And when you're consumed with this, we're really letting them win. That's what we're doing. And money was never intended to be a source that dictates how we live our life and even how we feel. So again, if you want to reach out to me, you can email me, chad@blackdiamondmoneymoves.com. That's chad@blackdiamondmoneymoves.com. I'll be glad to send you a pitch deck if you're interested in partnering with me. I'm looking for agents and I'm looking for agencies to partner with. I've got an agency now in Indiana. I've got some partners out in Minnesota, Alaska, and got one in Tennessee. So we are truly already taking steps with this mission. And if it's something that you're interested in, no greater time than to go into 2025 with maybe a new mission or a great mission to be a part of, and help people experience financial freedom. So with all that being said, I just want you to think about it. Now you know. I pull back the curtain. You've seen that APRs are not exactly what they seem. Here at Black Diamond Money Moves, we say that APR means all potential reduced. All potential reduced, right? So think about that. And if you're looking for someone to really help you, that will meet you where you are and help you get out of this, be sure to reach out to us. This has been the Wealth Revolution Podcast, the sneak attack on your money. We want to help you take control of your finances, gain clarity, and have confidence to where money's working for you and you're not working for money. God bless you. Take care. Until next time, see ya.